I've been reading this book, Attached, just learning about attachment styles and shit. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I've always repeated this thought that I have an anxious or anxious. What I'm realizing is that I actually have a very secure attachment style, and I've been gaslit to believe that I have an anxious attachment style. And I've been gaslit by people who don't want to be responsible for anybody's emotions, even though they're contributing to them. People who don't want to be responsible for the way they show up in relationships. People who are emotionally ill-equipped to even be involved in relationships with people. Like, them be the ones that be gaslighting you into believing that you have an anxious attachment style. It's like, no, I don't have an anxious attachment style. You're just being held accountable right now. Yeah, I was just talking to the camera about attachment styles. Are you familiar with that?
We talk about attachment styles.
So, there are 3 different types of attachment styles. You got avoidant, you got anxious, and you got secure. I was just telling the girls that I've been gaslit into believing that I have an anxious attachment style. I actually have a very secure attachment style, and I feel like the people that I deal with are just avoidant. And so yeah, it's like, I don't think I've ever been with a man, with the exception of maybe, who wasn't avoidant. So avoidant people equate intimacy with the loss of independence and constantly try to minimize closeness. I know that very well. Like, they feel like being in a relationship means they can't operate the same. You trying to control them. They don't want to deal with that. One day they could be very intimate. The next day they try to minimize that intimacy. Very back and forth, push and pull, immature type relationship shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of us experience that when we're younger. But then when we become adults, I feel like those same people can flip it and make you feel like you're asking for a lot, or like you're doing the most, like you are anxiously attached to them. Because anxious attachment styles are, people are often preoccupied with their relationships and tend to worry about their partner's ability to love them back. I don't be worried about someone's ability to love me back. I'm hyper aware of someone's ability to love, period. What I am actually is more so very communicative about my needs and my feelings and my expectations. And I don't like this idea that you're not supposed to have expectations for people. What the fuck is going on around here? Nobody wants any responsibility. That's not how this shit works. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening.
And I'm not just talking about romantic relationships. This goes for any type of relationship. I'm not saying you should be entitled to anyone's anything, but I'm saying if someone agrees to be in a relationship to you, whether it's romantic or platonic, they should be responsible for the way that they show up in that relationship. In the same way that if you accept a job, you have to be responsible for that job. You have to show up on time. You have to do what you say you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? You have to cooperate. You don't get to just kind of passively show up and get a check. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I know what I'm talking about, and I know what I'm talking about is not like crazy. I hate this idea that what I'm saying for some people just sounds like a lot. I think that actually is very indicative of what's going on in the culture right now. People feeling, you know, they say there's like a male loneliness epidemic, right? Where there are so many men who are lonely right now. And it's like, okay, I believe that, but how much of their loneliness is due to their own doing and their inability to connect? Like, the show that we're watching that I told you is like very popular, that I've been watching every day, it really is a really like a good lesson in sociology, because you can see, and this girl actually who studied, she has a doctorate in it, she made a video about it. She said this is a great example of the dating landscape right now and men's inability to connect. They can't connect. They can't have conversation. They don't want to be responsible. They want to keep their options open, quote unquote, on options, because they don't even really have options. It's this inflated idea because of social media that they have options. And it's like, bitch, there might be 1,000 bitches on social media. That don't mean any of them want you.
Right.
I'm very passionate about this subject because I love people. I love people. I love relationships. It doesn't matter if it's romantic or platonic. I love people. And it breaks my heart that people are losing their ability to connect. That is a problem.
And why do you think people are losing that ability?
Because I don't think that they are exercising the muscle. If you're not putting in the effort to get to know someone and be in a relationship with someone, and that's the part right there. It's like, okay, they might do the effort of like going out and meeting people, but that next step is forging a relationship. What does that require? That requires initiation. You have to initiate conversation. You have to call. You have to say, oh, do you want to hang out? You have to give invitations. That's not happening. Nobody wants to be the first person to initiate something, you know? Also, people have a very transactional idea about relationships where it's like, oh, I'll do it if I'm getting this. And it's on both ends. It's for men and women. Here's the girl. I'll do it if he gonna do this and that for me, but I'm not doing it if he ain't gonna do this and that. And for the guys, I'll do it if I get to smash, but I'm not doing all that if I'm not even smashing. You know what I'm saying? It's like on both ends, it's a mind fuck of people not being willing to be in relationships unless they are directly getting something tangible out of it. That's not a thing. That's not what it should be. Life is hard, man. That's the thing about it. Like on the end of all of this, I also understand that people are avoiding having to make relationships with people because it requires work. They don't want to have to think for another thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People are looking for easy. As soon as it's not easy, it's like, I'm signing out. And that's when you get people like me. I know I'm not easy. You know what I'm saying? I know that. So yeah, it's crazy. But it's really affirming because at the end of the day, I don't, as much as I desire being in a loving, beautiful romantic relationship, I don't prioritize that over my peace of mind and my like overall happiness. You know what I'm saying? Just as an individual.
Right.
So I wouldn't put myself in a position.
No, I don't think nobody get in any situation and say to themselves, hey, you know what? There's a possibility with me doing this shit, I'm gonna lose my peace of mind. You feel me? And if I do lose my peace of mind, the moment I realize I lost my peace of mind, I'm exiting. Or, nobody just thinks like, hey, this situation.
I gotta tell you, that's literally what I just did with literally the day I met him. It was just brief. And then I saw him the next day. We met up the next day. We sat and talked for 3 hours. Okay, when we did go on our first official date, which was like a month later or maybe 2 months later, actually, yeah, when we went on our first date, he love bombed the shit out of me.
Now hold on, you have to tell me what your definition of that is, because I do realize that term has come around as a recent.
Yeah, he was saying things to encourage a reaction out of me. So, you know, saying things that he knew he feels like a girl would want to hear. You feel me? He also told me that he thought I was the love of his life on our first date. And being dead ass, straight face. Yes. Okay? So like that's that, you know? Pulling out all the stops, doing all your tricks, like that's love bombing. And he definitely did that.
Yeah, that was a bit much on the first date.
It was so much.
Girls. Yeah, I decided to include this clip in the vlog of this conversation I had with a friend because one thing about me, I go through something, I have to process it. You know, in order for me to recognize what I need to learn, the healing that needs to be done, the way I need to move forward, I take my time with the situation and I recognize what role I play. And I really am honest with myself. I'm not obsessed with the thing, but I'm definitely focused on creating resolution with my nervous system. You know, when shit upsets you, and in this particular situation, what was upsetting was that the person that I was dealing with just ended up being not a good person. Even though I knew they weren't someone who I was going to be safe with romantically, I still thought that they were going to be a person that I would have in my life as a friend. And they were not even that. Like, it ended up being a very gross situation, and it was hurtful. And I've talked to all my friends about this, and I wanted to include this clip because I don't know, like, this is part of what's going on in my life. A lot of talking on the phone with my friends through the things that I'm going through. You know, I don't share when we're talking in person, so I thought this would be kind of cool to show you guys what a conversation looks like with my friends. Also, I realize it looks like I'm the only person talking. I cut out a lot of what my friend was saying. So yeah, it wasn't just me talking my head off. They were talking too. I just cut like a lot of the conversation out and parts that I just didn't feel comfortable with sharing or didn't feel like needed to be shared. But yeah, kind of felt like a podcast, no? It gave that vibe to me. Anywho, bye.
We're doing a lot of chatting this morning. But yeah, I feel like maybe I'll share some of the conversation I had with my friend just now. But yeah, I just feel like, and fuck like being in a romantic relationship with these niggas. What do your friendships look like? What do their relationships with their family look like? And I'm the first one to say, like, because I don't have a great relationship with everybody in my family, and I understand that there are different dynamics that give different results. You know what I'm saying? There are circumstances that maybe don't allow you to be close with your family. I 1000% understand that. So you not being close with your family would not automatically mean that you don't know how to be in relationships with people. However, how you talk about those relationships, how you talk about how you all got there, why there's no resolve, what your stance is, that's the thing that to me can let me know where you are mentally and how you feel about relationships and conflict resolution and like your when you reflect like and what your role is in those relationships. Like the way someone thinks about why a relationship isn't what it should be tells me a lot about their ability to be in a relationship. The last two guys that, and I'm focusing on the last two because those last two guys I felt like I was seriously looking at as something. Those last two guys, neither one of them had friends. And I'm not coming up with that. They would verbally let me know they did not have friends. The people who they had around them were people who worked for them, but not people who they chose. You feel what I'm saying? And so it's like, that tells me something, you know? What's lacking is your initiation, your effort to forge relationships. Is that in you? Does it exist? And if you look at somebody's life and see that they're not doing that in their own life, you have to realize that they're most likely not going to be able to do that with you either. How can they exercise this thing that they don't do in any other part of their life? You wouldn't expect a bitch who doesn't do push-ups to automatically be able to bust out 100 of them. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you do not exercise that muscle. And so like, this is why this part of like the reflection for me is how I make it less personal. And I'm not making it less personal. It literally isn't personal. Like, these people who were unable to show up in a relationship with me, and I'm not just talking about men, I'm even talking about friendships that didn't end up making it to now. Those people, they couldn't. They did not have the muscle to do so. That's not me excusing behavior, because it's one thing you not knowing how to be in a relationship with somebody. It's another thing for you to violate, okay? Now we're talking about something different. I'm gonna do me a little chicken muffin today because I made that chicken last night. Yeah. So, man, I love these kind of conversations. Like, I really do, because it just helps me grow so much. And I don't know if this part was caught in my conversation with my friend, but you know, he had mentioned something about isolation and why it was so important. And I said like, yo, I'm so grateful. You know, hindsight's 2020. At the time, it felt very painful and lonely, but when I really think about it, I needed it, because I would not have this softness and be able to understand different perspectives the way that I do if I did not have all this time to myself to really think. And that doesn't mean everybody who is in isolation is spending their time like this.
You know, I have spent my time in isolation healing and learning and growing, and I've done that not just by myself. My isolation has not just been by myself. I've been with my friends. I've chosen to like seek new friendships and explore those friendships and even relationships. I've really put myself out there and given opportunities, given second chances, you know, to really allow people a chance in my life, in my world. And it doesn't always work out. It hasn't worked out for every relationship I've interacted in, but I have learned so much in the process, and it's really helpful because I know this is not the end of like relationships for me. I will be in a relationship that makes me happy when that time presents itself. Wow, Chilo went to CVS to get a deep conditioner. They didn't have it. Walked out with this. Tried to get one smaller. They didn't have it. So, where we at with it? You feel me? Like, I'm just getting back from dinner. This was not my original outfit that I was going to wear. I had a really cute dress picked out that I bought months ago that I have not worn yet. I literally took the tags off today to wear it, and it started thunderstorming outside. So I changed to this little look. I wore these a few weeks ago. These pants that I got from, I think, TJ Maxx. I'm pretty sure I got these from TJ Maxx. And this is a top that I got from Anthropologie. And this bag is from the doll, one of the girls, Naya. Naya. Let me stop doing that. It's Naya. It's pronounced Naya. But yeah, Naya crochet. And I had on my Adidas. Yeah, that was the look. We went to dinner. Y'all, my food was not good. And I told him, I was like, I didn't love my food. Because he asked me how was it. I was like, I didn't love it. He came back and he was like, you know, I took it off the bill. That is customer service. Like, that's what the fuck I like motherfuckers to do. And even if you can't do it, I like when they acknowledge, you know, look, I'm sorry about that. You know, I hope that next time we can, you know, I like that type of shit. But that's how you do it. That's how you get a returning customer. And I've eaten there before. I've eaten at this place before. So it was just like, I've had good food here before. This just wasn't one of them nights, you know? Food was not talking about shit tonight, for real. Anywho, whew, the house is so clean because I cleaned it before I left. I still have to do these fucking dishes that have been sitting in here. I'm gonna do these tomorrow because I'm tired of looking at them. Tomorrow's plan is wash hair, do laundry, wash dishes. That's it. Just take care of myself, take care of house stuff, and call it a night. I have two more Lego things to build. I've finished 3 of them. Let me show you. I don't think this is gonna be their forever home, but this is where they are now. They're just sitting right here. Yeah, I gotta figure out where I wanna put them. But these are the 3 that are done. How cool is that? Love it, love it. But anywho, I'm about to take it all off and I'm gonna watch Love Island before I go to sleep. Yo, my Love Island videos on TikTok have been blowing up. I posted a Love Island video this morning. It's at 500,000 views. I said, what the fuck? Like, that's crazy as fuck to me. So, what do I need to start doing? TV reviews on TikTok? That's what it's looking like. But anywho, I'll see y'all in the morning. Bye. Okay, so we have a shrimp scampi with some sweet onions, purple potatoes with some chives and sour cream. And this is a honey soy broccolini that I got going on. And then this is shrimp scampi. My mouth is watering, girl. Some juice to pour onto it, okay? We got lemon and butter and seasoning and yum. Bon ah! Good morning, sisters. Happy Sunday. Water. I have no plans for the day besides doing a little editing, relaxing, catching up on TV. That's it. Maybe I might knock out the last 2 Legos, but that's it. It's been a quiet week. This week literally flew by, actually. Like, it went by so fast. I don't even know what's in this vlog. Hopefully it's not horrible. I got up and I made myself put on something, just something that's still comfortable, but at least I don't feel like an old hag, because I just feel like it might make me feel a little bit more like something. Yesterday I was literally in my pajamas the entire day. I really didn't move a muscle. Yesterday I washed my hair and that was it. That was the plan for the day. Wash my hair. I cleaned my house. That was it. I didn't do shit else. So today it's gonna be looking a little bit like that. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay. I was doing a lot of reflecting yesterday, just about like how I've spent my time when it comes to working, and it's just gonna require more out of me, if I'm being honest. Like, I gotta work harder. I gotta put in more work, and I'm ready for that. I hate working, but I'm ready for that, because I'm ready to just like live a life. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes you gotta get to a point where that thing happens where you're like, I want more than this. And I'm at that place where I'm like, I want more than this. So we're shifting it into gear. I'm also challenging myself to not make myself feel like I have to do everything I said I was gonna do at the same time. It's like, start one thing. So that's where I'm at. Let me go. I'm about to sit out in the sun for a little bit. I'll be back. Guys, I just got my pictures back from all my disposable cameras. OMG. Some of this stuff is from 2023. So like London, Paris, like OMG. This is so good. Oh, I wish I got a picture by myself. Shoot, because that was looking good as fuck. Wow, that's a good picture. Hold on, I gotta show you over here. Look at Beyonce. That is a good ass picture. I love that. Wow. I love having, oh my God, this is a great picture. Yo, I'm a photographer, hold up. Stop it. I love that it's just kind of like stamped in time. Wait, these are actually so good. Wow. Dang, I tried to get me and her, but I got her head cut off. Shoot, this is awesome. Wow. Turks and Caicos. Look at the mess. Oh, this is cute. This is cute. Oh, OMG. Love this. Love this. So good. Like, it makes me want to cry. OMG. These are so good. Wow. Dang, what is this? Because it's dark as hell. Oh, I gotta send this to them. Cute. Oh, this is so good, guys. Wow. Oh my God. Family pic. So good. Shoot, it's all dark. Oh, I love that. I love these so much. And I would take pictures in my apartment, like my old apartment, and I'm so happy that I did that, because it just feels like cemented, like it happened, you know? Like, wow. Oh my gosh, my old setup. This is so good. Oh, these are so good. Like, I'm gonna cry, especially like the Paris ones. Like, oh, I feel like I'm looking at a baby version of myself, but it's not. It's just me right now. But I like seeing the little girl in me, because, oh man, I was just so excited, and I still am. Hey, they messed this picture up. Okay, when you get your stuff disposed, just know that the edge is gonna be frayed. Ain't gonna be no clean cut. But like, next to the Eiffel, like, come on. It don't get no better than that. It don't get no better than that. This is also in front of the Eiffel, but you can't see it because just the lighting is throwed. Oh, like, I'm really sensitive to shit like this. I really am. This is such a good pic. I love this pic of us. This is my favorite picture. It was my first night in Paris. I could cry. Let me show you over here. First night in Paris by myself. Asked my waiter to take my picture. Ugh. Like, I hope you're enjoying that tiramisu. No, it's creme brulee. I hope you enjoyed that creme brulee. I know you did. Oh my gosh. I gotta do it for her. She deserves this. I'm gonna go through all these pictures. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Okay, technically right now it's Monday, but I'm about to start editing. I just wanted to close out the week. So, number one, I will now be practicing sleeping with no bonnet and no scarf. This is no bonnet, no scarf results. Just sleeping on my silk pillowcase. That is what I'm gonna start doing. I don't want any tightness on my head. I don't want my scalp being constricted or covered up. Like, I just want my hair loose. I want my scalp to be able to breathe. My number one goal with my scalp is to get it healthy. Like, my scalp has healthy moments, but overall it's very reactive to my environment, to my routine that I do with my hair, and I'm gonna try to see what it is that causes my flare-ups with my scalp psoriasis. So boom, I did start taking a supplement. Let me show you. Remember I told y'all I wasn't gonna be doing supplements no more? So this is the supplement from Whole Foods. It's the Mega Food Women's One Daily Multivitamin, just a basic multivitamin. I just feel like I need a supplement. The best thing I could do for myself is go to the doctor, get some blood work done, and see what it is exactly that I'm deficient in. That will happen. It just hasn't happened yet. In the meantime, I'm taking this supplement that covers everything, just a basic multivitamin. What else is new? Nothing. The most exciting part of my week was getting my pictures from CVS. Like, that was the most exciting part. I know someone's gonna ask about the cameras. I had a Kodak camera. I had 2 Kodak cameras and a Fuji camera, or maybe the other way around, 2 Fujis and 1 Kodak. And I took them to get developed at CVS. They don't develop them in store anymore. I think there is a CVS that does, but they're not a lot of them do it anymore. They have to like send them out to get developed. So it takes a few weeks. Put one of my plants in the sun. So I have multiple photo albums, like my family photo albums, like that I got from my grandmother when she passed, and they are the most precious things to me. Like, I always say, if there was a fire, I know exactly what I'm grabbing, and it's all my photo albums and all my journals. Everything else, I don't give a fuck. But the photos, my journals, coming with me. So yeah, I have my own photo album that I started years ago, and I'm gonna have to get a bigger photo book to house all of my photos, and I'm so excited. Like, I kind of want to get a scrapbook because I also I like that too. Like, this is gum that I got when I was in Switzerland. I don't want to throw it away because all the writing is in whatever the language is there. Sorry, I don't know what the language is, but it's in that language, and I just find that to be very cool. So like, I don't want to throw this away. We're all different. Like, I'll keep a receipt. Like, I have a receipt from Switzerland. I have receipts from Paris, receipts from London, receipts from Bali that I have not thrown away. I have a dollar bill from Bali that I kept because it's just like, yeah, it's my memory. Like, I'll hold on to hotel keys because like, that's cool to me. So yeah, I do want to pick up scrapbooking. That's something I will get into as a hobby very soon. So we got, as far as hobbies goes, the Legos. I'm going to finish my puzzle. I have to crack that puzzle back open. I want that puzzle completed because I want to frame it. That's the biggest thing. I want to frame my puzzle. So we're gonna start that puzzle after I finish the Legos. I have 2 more of the Lego bodies to do, and then I'll be done. And as far as work goes, I am getting in my bag. It's like finding the way. I actually had a conversation with my manager last week. Isn't that so crazy? With my manager? Like, it sounds so legit, and it is. But I had a conversation with her last week, and I was telling her, like, the money will come. I'm not a person who's motivated by the bread. Money is necessary. The money will come. Where I am right now is, it's about creating a flow in work. It's about us understanding how we work, getting an idea of what we can do, what our bandwidth is, what we need more support in, and getting in our groove. You know, we don't have to rush a motherfucking thing, because when you operate in that way, where you're focused on creating foundation and having shit right, when that money do come, it's gonna be the right money. I'm not trying to get $1 here, $1 there. Bitch, we talking about 5-figure, 6-figure deals. Like, that's the kind of money that will be pulled in. So yeah, like, it's just, let's set up the foundation for that. And it's being set up. It's being set up. Some celebratory, like, pat on the back stuff is that my TikTok posts on Love Island conversations have been performing so well. And for the first time, I'm like, got some money from TikTok. It hasn't come in yet, but it's telling me how much it's generating. I'm like, oh shit. okay, like a bitch gotta get on her TikTok. So that's exciting too, because yeah, I should be making money on every platform that I engage in and that I put time toward, including this motherfucker. That's another thing that is in ideation, is how can we make more money off of YouTube, you know? And it's gonna be having sponsored videos, partnering with brands, starting to vlog off like this vlog is, you know, sponsored by like that's to come, because money should be made. Periante. This is my job. You have to make it make sense. So those are things that you'll start to see happen in time. But yeah, I'm still looking to build my team. I have a manager and she focuses on my partners and my brand relationships. I'm looking to hire someone to help me produce content, specifically on Patreon. So this is someone who needs to be familiar with Patreon and with the internet and like culturally engaged, so then you know what's going on. This can't be somebody that doesn't have a TikTok or isn't on Instagram right now. Like, you got to be on the stuff. You got to know what's cracking, what's going on, and how to use these things. I want to get someone who's kind of going to play the role as an assistant slash content producer. And if there's anybody who watches my vlogs who thinks that they're that person, I know I've gotten some emails before, but I am looking for someone who is local. So I want someone who's in Atlanta who I'd be able to work directly with and meet up with. So if that's you, let me know. Send me an email. I'll put my email in the description box for you to reach out to me, because I'm very serious about finding that person. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for hanging. I'll see you girls in the next vlog. Love you much.